Okay, lads. So the complex number z1 is shown on the following diagram. The complex number here is at the point -2, -3. And in complex number mode, that's -2 minus 3i, because 3i is downwards, okay? So the -2 value stays the same, but the y value is always -3i in complex number mode, right? So we have -2 minus 3i. Now the conjugates, see this little bar on top? That means we change the sign of the we change the sign of the complex part, which is this part here. So we have to change that from a -3i to a +3i. So that's -2 plus 3i. Okay. Now we need to plot the answer, this answer here, onto the graph. This means -2 across and 3 up into the air. So that'd be -2 plus 3. And for those of you that have done, it's basically reflection in the x-axis. The conjugate is always reflection in the same axis. 3 blocks up to the x-axis and then another 3 blocks to the conjugate, just to make you aware that there's more information there. Okay, we did all that. Next question. We have to plot -5 plus 3i onto the graph, so Z2. -5 plus 3i, and that will be Z2. And then we need to plot 4 minus 2y. 4 minus 2y will be simply 4 minus 2. We go back to the graph again, and we get 4 minus 2. 4 here, minus 2 here, and that one can be Z3. Let's see what else they have in mind for us. Write Z2 minus Z3 in the following form. No bother. So Z2 is -5 plus 3i. Take away Z3, which is 4 minus 2i. You're basically multiplying in by minus. You get -4 plus 2i. You get -5 plus 3i. -5 minus 4 is -9. 3i plus 2i is 5i. 9 plus 5i. That's -9 plus 5i. Okay. Now, this question here, okay, and what it's asking for is, so we found this answer already. So this blue answer here, that's this one here, and that is a 5i. Okay. The next thing, you see these two vertical lines, and these two vertical lines means the length of this answer. Because we know that Z1 minus Z3 is 9 plus 5i, so we have to find the length of it away from the origin. So there's two parts, and the way I do this is real number squared plus imaginary part squared. So in this question, the real part is always the part that hasn't got the I in it. So the real part's -9. So you do -9 squared, and then you do the imaginary part squared, which is just the 5. Okay? And then in your calculator, you're going to go square root of -9 squared. Please use your brackets, plus 5 squared. You don't need the brackets for the 5 part because it's a plus answer, but if you're really being on the point, you'd always use your brackets. Okay. Root 106 is our answer for that one. Okay. Now, investigate if set 3 equals 4 minus 2y is a solution of the following equation. Okay, so we have to investigate if it's the following. So the general rule is when something's a solution of an equation, it causes it to balance. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace all z's. We're going to replace all these z's with the number they gave us. And if it causes the equation to balance, then it is a solution. Or another word they use for this is a root. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 4 minus 2y. Now that's replacing, so that'd be something squared plus 2i times something, take away 7i. So that's your 4 minus 2y squared. Then you have your 2i times z. Then you have your minus 7i. Okay. And that's going to be 4 minus 2i multiplied by another 4 minus 2i. This is going to be an 8i. That's going to be a minus 4i squared actually. That's going to be a minus 7i. Okay, that's when I multiply 2i by 4 and 2i by minus 2i. That's that part there. Now we're going to multiply this out again. We're going to do 4 lines, 1, 2 greens, and 2 purple lines, okay? Now the first green line is 16. The second green line is minus 8i, because 4 times 2i is 8i. The first purple line is minus 8i. That's meant to be an 8. Hopefully you can hear that. And minus 2i multiplied by minus 2i. Minus 2 by minus 2 is 4, so it's going to be plus 4i squared. Okay, now, and then we have the rest of the question, which is our 8i minus 4i squared minus 7i. Now, I squared is minus 1, generally speaking. So that'd be 4 times minus 1, which is minus 4. And this I squared here would be minus 4 times minus 1, which is plus 4. And the two of them will cancel each other out because 4 minus 4 is 0. Or 4i squared minus 4i squared is 0. Okay, this plus 8i and that minus 8i, they're also sort of going to take each other out as well. Okay, now if it balances, it's a root. So I'm seeing 16 take away 8i, take away 7i. So I'm seeing 16 take away 8, take away 7 is minus 15i. And that doesn't equal 0. And because this doesn't cause the equation to balance, said tree is not a root. It's only a root if it had it made it equal to 0 on both sides, which it doesn't. Okay, so that's that done. Okay, so that's question 1 done. Question 2. So we're doing 1 and 2. Question 2, we got our 6x minus 10 and our plus 8 as well. And then we have our equals 4x minus 5. I reduce both sides down to 2, so it's 6x. What I mean by that is 2 parts. Minus 10 plus 8 is minus 2. Now, always make a note of the ones that are staying. 6x is staying where it is, and the minus 5 is staying where it is. This is because we want all the x's on the left and all the other numbers on the right. Okay, so it's going to be 6x, take 4x, because the 4x transitions from the right hand side to the left hand side, it changes sign. The minus 2x changes to plus 2x, and we're going to get sorry for that, we're going to get 2x equals minus 3. And then that's multiplication of 2 on the left because there's nothing between them. It means it'll be division of 2 when you move the 2 underneath, which will bring it down to there. Minus 3 over 2. Now, the next question might be something you haven't seen in a while. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways of doing it. You'll need to know both ways, okay? But we'll give the first way a go. Now, if I have 3 to the power 2 multiplied by 3 to the power 4, this is known as the addition rule because this means 3 multiplied by 3, and this one here means 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. So generally speaking, you add them, and the answer to this type of question is 3 to the power 6. Generally speaking, 2 big numbers, 2 small numbers, or 2 powers means you generally add them. Now, this changes, however, when you have something like this, 3 squared to the power of 4. Now, what this means is, this means 3 squared by 3 squared by 3 squared by another 3 squared. It means 4 of them, all right? And then if you add them together like you did up here with the 3 to the power 6, you'll get 2, 4, 6, 8. Your answer will be 3 to the power of 8. The shortcut way of doing a question like this is to just quite simply multiply the 2 numbers, okay? Now lastly, there's going to be another type of question, which is if I, for example, gave you 3 to the power 7 divided by 3 to the power 4. Generally speaking, you just take away the powers because there'll be 7 of them on the top, like so, and there'll be 4 of them on the bottom. Okay, and generally speaking, 3 divided by 3 is 1, 3 divided by another 3 is 1, 3 divided by another 3 is 1, 3 divided by another 3 is 1. And what you only have left there is you have 3 3's left over, which is 3 cubed. Quick way of doing that is just to take away the top power minus the bottom power, which is 3 to the power 3. Using what we just learned, we're going to try this question here. 3 to the power 4 by 3 to the power 5 is similar to this one here. We multiply them to get 3 to the power of 20. Nextly, we divide by 3 to the power 6, which is very similar to this one here. Take them away, and we get 3 to the power of 14. If all that fails, you might try your calculator out. Doesn't always work, but it's worth a gamble. It's better than nothing. So 3 to the power 4 to the power 5 over 3 to the power 6. Now, if I press, this is a huge number, I have no idea about it, but if I press shift and factorize, I can get 3 to the power 14 that way. Also a viable method if you need it. Now, next one, good old-fashioned simultaneous equation. What we're going to do here is we're going to pick a letter to get rid of. I've decided I'm going to choose the 2x and the 2y and the 5y. 2 and 5 have a common number or common multiple of 10. Okay, so I can change them both into tens. Multiply the top equation by 5. I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by minus 2. And hopefully you'll see why in a second. 5 times 3x is 15x, 5 times 2y is 10y, 5 times 1 is 5. Now I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by minus 2. And then we're going to get equals 4. We're going to add downwards. We're going to get 1x equals 9, and quite simply x equals 9. Okay. Now, if I get x equals 9, you're allowed to choose either equation you want. It doesn't matter which equation you choose, just choose one of them. The one I'll choose is 3x plus 2y equals 1. Replace the x with 9. 3 times 9 is 27. 27 plus 2y is 1. Bring that 27 from the left side to the right side, where it changes to minus 27. Then, basically, 2y equals minus 26. Divide your answer by 2. Y equals minus 13. Is that okay with you guys? All right, good job. Now, see. Now we also got to do these ones. Question 3. It's a pretty good start off here. Okay. So, Joe, Emily, and Way are all PAYE workers. Each of them has an annual tax credit of 330. A tax credit is basically tax you don't pay. Their tax bands are shown that they get charged 20% on the first 35,300, and the balance is 40%. Work out Joe's net annual income. All right, so Joe's gross income is 27,500. Okay, Joe's tax or tax at 20%. So he's only going to get taxed at 20%, which means we get our 27,500, and we multiply that by 20%. Now, where's the percent icon? I always lose track of it. It's above the answer. And that'll get you 5,500. Okay. So what's it? 27,500. Anything you put in the calculator, generally speaking, goes into your answer. Okay. Now this is how much tax he's meant to pay. Okay. But he's not going to pay all that because he has what's called a tax credit of 3,300. So once he takes away that tax credit of 3,300, this is what's going to give you tax payable or income tax. Tax payable means the tax you're actually going to pay. And this tax payable is going to be 2,200 because 5,500 take away 3,300. Now finally, your net income is your gross income, take away your tax payable. That should come down to 25,300 when you take one of them away from the other. Okay, and that's your first answer. Now B, right, so we're going to use the same, basically going to use the same things here. So we have gross income. For this next question, we're going to use gross income, tax it, we're going to use tax at 20%, tax at 40%. We're going to use gross tax, which is both of them added together. We're going to use, what's that word, tax credit. Then we're going to have tax payable. And then finally, the whole point of this question is get the net income. Now, it's a great way to spend a Friday afternoon. Now, we got 43,450. And we're going to do the net income. We're going to multiply that by 20%. 8,690. Then we're going to do, oh, I got that wrong. Yeah, Mr. Kenny. So there's a bit more information up here. It says that only the first 35,300 is charged at 20%. So we're going to break this for 43,450. We're going to break it up into two parts. We're going to break it up into 35,300. And then we're going to get the remainder of that. So it's 43,450. Take away our 35,300. So there's only 8,150 of it that's charged at the higher tax. So this one's at 20% and this one's at 40%. So it's going to be 35,300 multiplied by 20%, 7,060. And then the 8,150 is going to be multiplied at 40%, is 3,260. You add them both together to get your gross. And you get 10,320 for our gross tax. Our tax credit, which is the tax we don't pay, is still 3,300. Okay. So then we're going to do tax payable. So this one, the two of them from each other. Minus 3,300. We get 7,020, sorry. And finally, this green one here, this purple pink one here, take away this one here, should give us the answer for how much money we bring home, which is quite realistic. 36,430. Okay, and we're good to go. Okay, so that's only part B. Lucky us. Part C. Way's gross annual income is over 35,500. She pays tax at both rates. Way's looking for a pay rise. She wants her net income to come up by €80 each month. Work out how much gross annual income she'll need to increase by in order for this to happen. Right. So the deal is I don't know the gross income. The gross income I do not know. All right. The tax at 20% I do know because it says she earns over 35,300. So it's still 20% of 35,300. Okay. And 20% of 35,300 is 7,060 from the last question. Okay. Now, tax at 40%, we honestly don't know. I'm simply don't know how much we actually paid for that. Gross tax, I honestly don't know either. Okay. And for argument's sake, net tax, so gross tax, tax credits. What do we know about the tax credits, lads? The tax credits are 3,300. Then we have tax payable, which we don't know either. And then tax payable, and then we have net income. Now we can compare this question to the previous one because it says Way gets paid over 35,300. Well, this person also got paid over 35,300. So we can use the figures from the last question to help us out. Okay, so what we want is we want an 80 quid rise from this net income. So this net income here, I want an 80 quid rise on that. So I'll go for 36,510. Okay, so I'll call this 36,510. Okay, now, oh, sorry, that's the net income. Okay, so we're sort of going to try and work our way back again from this, all right? So you want an 80 quid rise. Okay, so you want 80 quid rise. Now, I suppose the deal is that whatever happens, whatever extra money we make, it gets hit at 40%. Okay, so if we want 80 quid more, so no matter what happens, the tax credits are going to get taken away from it. So if we earn 80 quid more, if we want to earn 80 quid more, that's like so for example, for every €100 I make extra above the 35,300, what's going to happen is 40% of it is going to be taken away as tax. So every 100 quid will only come out as 60 quid. That's the issue. Okay? So whatever amount of money we make extra, we only get to keep, whatever amount of money extra we make, we only get to keep 60% of it, which is 0.6. Okay? And we want it to be 80 quid extra, like so. So if I get X and I say 80 divided by 0.6, this means I'm going to need, for argument's sake, what's 80 divided by 0.6? I'm going to need €133.33 is what I'm thinking. But apparently I'm wrong. So this is going to be, apparently I'm reading this wrong. Oh, each month. Oof. Oh, why didn't I read that? Each month. Sorry, my bad. It's each month. All right. And gross annual income is for 12 months. Okay. So if I get my answer and I multiply this by 12, it should work out okay. €1,600. Okay. So the deal was that it wasn't 80 we were looking for. It was 12 times 80. which is 960, because we want 80 a month, and that'd be 960 divided by 0.6, because any extra money we make, we only get to keep 60% of it. So if X is the amount of money we make extra, we have to multiply by 0.6, because 40% of it gets taken off us, which means we only get to keep 60%, and we want that 60% we get to keep to be the same as €80 a month, which is the same as 960 a year. So that's why we did 960 divided by 0.6, and we get €1,600 extra. All right, thanks for that, guys. I'm going to stop it here now.